Good morning. I'm John Burgess, pastor at New Hope Oahu. Thanks for joining us for our Life Journal Jumpstart on July 7th. Today we read out of Hosea 10 through 12, Psalm 73, and in the New Testament, Hebrews chapter 4. And let me just give you a little historical background on Hosea 10 through 12. Even in the midst of Israel's immorality, God was merciful and offered hope, expressing his infinite love for his people. The book of Hosea dramatically portrays our God's constant and persistent love towards us. As you read this book, watch the prophet submit to God's direction, even though it made no sense why he would marry someone who was going to cheat on him. Grieve with him over the unfaithfulness of his wife and the people of God, and hear the clear warning of judgment. Then reaffirm your commitment to God as a follower of him, but also your commitment to, if you have a spouse and you're married, reaffirm that commitment to them, because really this whole book is the picture of how important covenant love is. Now, Psalm 73 is the beginning of book 3 in the Psalms, starting in 73, going all the way to 89. These Psalms celebrate the sovereignty of God, God's hand in history, and how he's orchestrating so many things, his faithfulness, his covenant, and with David, and how that applies to you and I. These Psalms remind us that our worship should be continual, a temporary prosperity of the wicked and the lasting rewards of the righteous. God juxtaposes these things and helps us to make sure that we're focusing on the right thing. It's written by Asaph, who was a leader of one of the temple choirs, and it's a reminder to each of us that we should put our trust into our God for our future and our future provision. Hebrews chapter 4, it's the perfect revelation. Jesus is the perfect revelation of God, the final and complete sacrifice for sin, compassionate and understanding mediator, and the only way to eternal life. As we read Hebrews, we begin to see history and life from God's perspective rather than our own. Really, the author of Hebrews is trying to call them to see the bigger picture. God calls us to give ourselves unreservedly and completely to Christ in the same way he gave himself to us. Let's make this the day that we go all in for Jesus, that we don't hold back anything from what it is that God's calling us to do, because that's what Jesus did for us. I'm so excited to see how God's going to speak to you through his word today. Maybe share it with somebody else. Maybe let us know what God's speaking to you through these Life Journal Jumpstarts in the comments below. God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow.